Yo, hip hop heist, man. What up? We back at it with another reaction. 50 Cent response to Treach and Pepa's daughter Egypt getting knocked out in debut boxing match. Shout out to All Urban Central with the clip, man. We appreciate them always bringing us the great clips for us to react to, man. This is Hip Hop Heist TV. Hit that like and subscribe. Go check out the merch and let's get to it. Oh, wow. She got slow. Oh, man. Yeah, you touch that. But I'm telling you, you hit somebody right on that button, they gonna go down. Like,
you got knocked the out, man. Give me my gun.
Yo, this might be one of the wildest celebrity boxing moments we've seen in a minute. Because Egypt Chris, Pepa and Treach's daughter, just stepped into the ring and got stopped by Jade Jones, a real decorated Olympian, and now the internet is going wild. And of course, in true 50 fashion, this man saw the footage and didn't hold back at all. What makes this even crazier is Egypt was actually trying to build momentum in boxing. She had the reality TV name and she had people talking.
Look, baby, you don't want to swear to God, love you don't want to tap your ass. Take my rings, baby. Take it.
She had call-outs floating around and she clearly wanted the smoke. But instead of an even matchup, she ended up with somebody who came from an elite combat background. And let's just say the internet feels like this was less of a debut and more of a brutal reality check. Now, for people who may not know, Egypt Chris isn't just some random.
all right, that's crazy though. Why would they give her? Why would they give her a fighter that is already got pro boxing matches? Yeah, it just don't make sense.
Trying to go viral. She already had public attention from being the daughter of hip hop legends Pepa and Treach. And she also built her own name through reality TV, especially from growing up hip-hop, where people watched her personality, her relationships, and her rise in the spotlight.
Just jump real quick, we'll come back to it.
Okay. Excuse me. I need him to, direct me. You don't. Sometimes. You don't.
So Egypt already came into this with a built-in audience. People know her face, people know her name, and because she comes from hip-hop royalty, anything she does is going to get an extra boost. And that's why this boxing journey was actually interesting to a lot of people, because if she won, it could have been one of those moments where folks was like, hold on, Egypt might have actually have something going on right here, you know? But if she lost badly, now the internet is going to clown it, repost it, memes, and turn it into content for days. And unfortunately for her, the second option is exactly what happened. Now, to be fair to Egypt, this didn't just come out of nowhere. She's been trying to make this boxing lane part of her brand, and there are already talks about her fighting, call-outs, and possible matchups. We even had chatter about Demi Sims, and people also brought up Krishan Rock as a name that could possibly make noise.
I'm here making this video because I heard that Krishan Rock is fighting for X-Rumble and is looking for an opponent, and said that Jesus would give her a worthy opponent when it's time. Well, I'm also a child of God, and I believe that I'm that opponent that's more than worthy enough to step in the ring with you.
So Egypt clearly wanted in. She wasn't acting scared. She wanted a moment, she wanted a headline, and she wanted the spotlight.
In taking this matchup.
Well, honestly, like I've been saying, I really don't feel like God gave me this opponent. So because I can't handle it, I believe walking into this, he's saying you are made for this. You got the heart, you got the determination, you got the high IQ, and you have the chance to display it. I've been asking for this, and I feel like because I've been asking for this, I'm not backing down.
And honestly, from a promo perspective, that part makes sense, because celebrity boxing today is all about narratives, old beef, internet tension, reality stars, rappers, influencers. Everybody wants one viral fight moment. But here's where the situation took a turn, because this wasn't just some messy internet personality across from her, right? She ended up sharing the ring with Jade Jones. And this is where things went from fun crossover event to hold on. This may be a serious mismatch. Now let's talk about Miss Jade Jones. Jade Jones is not just some random opponent with a decent jab. She's known for being an elite level athlete with a real combat sports pedigree, and that's what made this matchup so dangerous from the start. You could tell immediately that Egypt was in there with somebody who understands time, pressure, distance, and how to stay calm while the other person is drowning in the moment. Even though people online are pointing out that Jade came from a different comp.
Yeah, that don't even make sense that they would put her in that ring with, or at least her representation will allow her to sign that contract, because we're talking about, Treach's daughter. What's her name? I didn't even see that, or maybe I did. I'm just burnt. But she has no fights, so for her to go in there against a opponent that is, has been to the Olympics, bro. Come on. She won the Olympics. Like, what are we really doing here? That's dangerous. That's very dangerous.
Discipline background, taekwondo, before boxing, that point still stands. This was somebody with world-class experience, stepping in with a debuting celebrity fighter. That's not the kind of matchup where heart alone save you. And from clips, Jade looked composed, sharp, stronger, and just flat out more prepared for the pace. Egypt had the courage to step in there, yes, but courage and experience are not the same thing. And once those punches started landing, you can see the difference.
Some bruising on the arms, though, of Jade.
That's crazy.
Now, once the fight footage started circulating, the internet immediately looked into it because the optics were rough. Egypt comes in with a celebrity name, the storyline, the pressure, and the expectation, and then boom, gets overwhelmed and ultimately stopped.
What happens on Saturday?
I think from the first round, I think you're going to regret your life choices.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I don't think so, but that's great. But that's great that that's a mentality.
What do you mean by that, Jade?
Just obviously, when you're in sport, there's nowhere to hide, and it is tough. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide, and you don't know that until you get in there. So, like I said, obviously we're going to see what you're about, but it's a different.
And that's where people are reacting the most. Not just the fact that she lost, but how she lost. Because when you're debuting, people will forgive a loss. It looks like, it could be competitive, gritty, or promising. But when it looks like you got thrown in too deep, too fast, that's when reaction changes. And now 50 Cent is definitely not showing any mercy, where he's saying, get the strap for Treach's and Pepa's daughter. Cementing this now in culture, obviously.
Alright, so yeah, man, let's wrap this one up. Unfortunately, she got knocked the F out, like Chris Tucker would have said. But, and 50 Cent, he gonna troll. So he posted it again. All eyes always on 50 Cent. So he's gonna get that publicity or that marketing. Obviously, he tagged his cognac brand at the bottom of the post. So that's what that is. But, yeah, man, we were gonna get out of here, man. Prayers to her, too. Hopefully she's good. And, yeah, Hip Hop Heist TV, we out. Peace.